Ladies and gentlemen, we will discuss why NRG is so dominant in Rocket League and how they have made plays like this happen.
Space Station not really going full bore in terms of what we think they're capable of on offense with the physicality and the aggressiveness. NRG not really playing as tight offensively and close to each other with real solid and fast follow-up out of the midfield as well to try and build that pressure in the midfield. It really was just a let's see what type of defense we're going to be up against, and Justin is inches away from finishing a good job. Garrett G going to put this squishy, and it's going to tie up Typical, and the guy head from
Garrett G to go slower. He knew that first killer was actually going to rotate back to net. He didn't panic to get the shot early on. Still got the save on Face Clan. Justin back down to Garrett G, who is falling but squishy. You've got him in the backfield. That third man crashes the net and secures game one.
Garrett just stalks that ball and it makes it really awkward for First Killer, who was coming back. You saw him come low off the sidewall and tried to predict.
This is the story of how NRG became the dominant force in Rocket League, but most importantly, we want to look at why NRG dominates the pitch.
Still around, Justin is there for the shot, Justin! This is Rocket League!
We will start our journey in Season 3, as this is where the first member, who is currently playing, joined the NRG roster. This, of course, is Garrett G. He is the only player to have been to every LAN in RLCS history. This is important as his experience in high-pressure situations can give a good level to every person who has rotated on and off the NRG roster. The performance of NRG was good, but not the best. They placed third in this season. Season 4 was also not their best performance, but they are growing their team, with their current player Justin taking the place of Jacob in Season 5. This young prodigy needs no introduction. Season 5, they get super close to an RLCS championship, but lose in overtime to a stacked Dignitas roster. This was only the beginning, with Justin and Garrett G showing an immediate connection in-game. The two of these players show such an amazing amount of teamwork. Remember this for later. The RLCS Season 6 is also very important as the underdog team of Cloud9 takes out NRG. They have a player we all know, Squishy Muffins. He is the final member of the current NRG roster and the champion of Season 6. We have our last season with the old roster of NRG in Season 7, Fireburner, Garrett G, and Justin. They go down in 5th place of the LAN. With Fireburner retiring from the roster, they pick up a little player called Turbopulsa. He is the one they lost their first shot at the RLCS Championship to. This would prove to be the roster change needed for NRG to take home the much coveted trophy, with the last LAN event till RLCS Season 11. They take home the crown as victors with the legendary roster of Turbopulsa, Justin, and Garrett G. They pick up the last member when Turbopulsa moves to Team Envy and Squishy Muffins joins the roster. This concludes the brief roster backstory. We're going to analyze the playstyles of the NRG roster. We will start off with a rough generalization of the plays the team does. They pass to Justin, and he scores. This, however, is only the first layer of the onion. Let's take a deeper look, starting with Justin.
Expect them, because as far as I can tell, they're going for just a couple of silly plays just in there, slowing it down, bringing two defenders into him because he knows they're going to do that. Oxygen respect Justin so much here, the Toasty and Gimmick both commit.
Yeah.
With Justin, one of the most mechanical pro players, there are many reasons he is the main striker for the team. After all, he is the one who made most of the goals for the NRG roster. This creates many opportunities and most importantly, works as intimidation. The opposing team has to respect his potential to score almost any angle. Garrett G. This makes the plays go around. With Garrett G, and his in sync with Justin's style comes out.
This time, I say he's playing much better today, but still you can see some of those signs there. Now NRG working. They have this ball in Oxygen's in and for a long amount of time. Looking for the pass to Justin. Oh, the speed and the accuracy. NRG tie.
Spawns the dueling dragons out of the net with an assist from Garrett G. A rocketed pass aimed for his nose. The keeper knows exactly where that ball.
It's a great play though from Garrett. Forces Fairy to play with his back turns. Low boost again. NRG have got to secure some side boosts. There's going to be one. Turbo's got it. It's on him.
NRG's under siege right now. They need a quality clear. Garrett had to turn back from that midfield boost as well.
They'll just be happy to be out. Any sort of mistake there was going to be it. There was going to be no way to recover. That's a huge demo for Garrett! Garrett G! At the midfield, lobbing it over scrum, the chip shot!
Space station in the last half of game one. If they're able to keep that up and avoid the situation, get the bumps themselves, just opens the door and Garrett G scores goal number 1.
Not fair, unfair if you're SSG. Nice little chip and Justin out in front of Arsenal. And what are you supposed to do is, Daniel, you have to dodge the bump. And
he knows where to place the ball in order for the play to start. Garrett G is very much a support player, but this is not all to his style. He is also a force on offense and has gotten some extremely skilled goals.
That one hit off to the side. Cloud9 mounting an assault. Squishy pounces to himself.
He gets it.
Reset. Can he do it? Squishy muffins. Torment finishes it off. What a play. Squishy has a chance going for the double tap himself. Bounces it in as well. Squishy extends the lead. Now Panda, Squishy, going for the pass. That shot actually, he does it all himself. Squishy with the early goal.
Watching him go for the second touch in the first 14 seconds. They put themselves in the lead. What is that angle?
I thought he was gonna
spawn in the back. You heard them on the desk talking about it. What a play, are you kidding me? Squishy and Gimmick tag team the 4th one.
Not very often do I genuinely have no clue a goal's about to happen. What on earth? Squishy!
Last, but certainly not least, we have Squishy Muffins, who also plays support, but he uses a less flashy but very effective style. With his clinical style and solid mechanics, he is able to fill that 3rd spot on the roster flawlessly. This roster is virtually perfect, as they have held one of the most insane records in RLCS history. The only time a perfect sweep has ever happened was in this current RLCS season in the Fall Majors against the beast team of Vitality, with 2 previous champions. They held the Vitality roster to scoring 0 goals in the entire series. Now that we have a basic understanding of the playstyles of the individuals and some highlights from previous RLCS lands, let's take a look at some of the games and the replays. Since there are no publicly available replay files I could find, I used the RLCS broadcast for this footage. I hope to find more replays in the future for future projects, but we will work with what we have for now. To start out, notice how much pressure they were dealing with on defense. NRG's defense is rock solid. They're able to block the offense and create an opportunity. They start out with a midfield shot at less than a minute in the game, due to good defense. No matter how much pressure comes at them, they have someone back with enough boost to cover the options.
Passing on everyone, it's some inspired goal scoring chances being required for NRG to get on the board most often than not.
Yeah, both teams are playing with such pace. that you're operating in such a small window of opportunity, and you don't have much time to think about it or to aim. On Garrett beats the third man again.
It's another massive gap between the play and the last man in Space Station, and NRG poke it free once again. Justin had one of these earlier. Squishy, I think, had one.
The second thing I want to point out is how well they're working with and around each other. Notice this second goal where Justin leaves the ball perfectly for Garrett G to be able to shoot this flip reset.
But Typical be able to go airborne off the ceiling, loses possession, and NRG will take over.
Justin just reading this game immaculately. He's going to stall it out in the midfield for Garrett G to come through and do this to him.
And again, a mistake on the Space Station side, just kind of giving the ball away for free. Typical not getting a hold of it. Garrett's going to take advantage. A great flip reset over the last man.
At the end of the match, they go in for kill shots. You can notice the disappointment in the face of SSG's team, as they know that shutting down the colossal momentum built up by the confident NRG roster is impossible. SSG, although they played well with good offense, couldn't shut down NRG's defense, and left an opportunity for NRG to counterattack. This is what makes NRG the absolute beast of LAN. With the solid mentality of Garrett G and the crazy mechanics of Justin, and the brick wall defense of Squishy, they are unstoppable on the field.
It's left 3-goal lead now for NRG. They've taken advantage of the mistakes and the missed opportunities from Space Station, and they're in the lead comfortably.
Now or never for Space Station. Reynolds catching it. The chip denied. This one might go the distance. Typical off the backboard. Rebound out to Justin. The low shot denied by Reynolds. Space Station not giving up yet. The shot will lead its way through. Garrett wants to finish this championship with a hat trick.
If you enjoyed this short analysis on NRG and their playstyles, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I want to continue this as a series of each of the pro teams. Let me know who you'd like to see next.